When in doubt, whip it out. You got you a rock and roll band. It's a free for all. Here we go. It is Friday. Yeah, the Friday free for all. Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name's Graham Wilson. And today in my basement, I have absolutely no topic whatsoever. So it's I was thinking and thinking and thinking, trying to figure out what's a good topic for today? And I had like a bunch of little, they're not so great. So, oh, hey, Dan, play Freebird. Here we go. We're starting right off with the Q&A here. So Dan says, play Freebird. I cannot play Freebird. I'm not that good yet. But anyways, Skinner, play some Skinner. But so anyways, welcome to the show, Dan. And none of your business and nefarious too. Hey. So I couldn't think of anything really that good. But the thing with any endeavor that you're trying to do, whether you're trying to study for an exam or learning how to fly or anything like that, the most important thing is just kind of keep chugging along. And today I'm going to be chugging. So, and hey, folks here too. So, let's start off with okay, Nefarious Johnson is wondering, do French Canadians smell of brie or jock straps? Well, if they like brie, probably smell like brie. And if they play hockey, probably jock straps temporarily, anyways. And hey, Corey, I see you in here too. All right, so there we go. Gafuk is talking about a Gibson Birdland. Yeah, so that's on the little thumbnail that I have here is I think it was from the inside of Ted Nugent's album Free for All. And so he's got the 1970s stash and the 70s rock and roll long hair. And he played a Gibson Birdland. I've never actually played a Gibson Birdland, and they're pretty rare and pretty expensive. They're, from what I remember, from just different guitar knowledge that's in my head, Ted Nugent's main guitar that he likes to play is a Gibson Birdland, and that's it was originally designed as it's a hollow body guitar, kind of like this one over here, maybe a little thinner, and it was designed for jazz mostly, and he got the idea from that. I saw him interviewed once, and he got the idea to play a Gibson Birdland with a Fender amp. I forget which one. Twin reverb. I think it's Fender Twin reverb amp. And he got that idea from what was the guy's name? He was a guitarist in Detroit. Can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. It'll come to me maybe one of these days, but I can picture who he is. But anyways, he heard that from someone else. Hey, that sounds really great and really rock and roll. So that's how Ted Nugent started playing the Birdland. And Wrench is in here too. Hi. Okay. Yeah, the rare guitar. If you ever see one, like, they don't make them anymore. And so Ted Nugent owns a bunch, and they're all beaten up from him wailing on them. So, and little known fact, Ted Nugent played my high school before I attended the high school. So Ted Nugent, he would play all around this area here in Detroit and Windsor. And everyone, when he got big in the 80s, when I was going to high school, everyone said, oh, did you know Ted Nugent played here? And so he's made his way to Windsor. He's originally from Redford, Michigan, which is right next to Detroit. So there we go. Okay, there's the one sort of question there. Let's see if anyone else got this here. Okay, Wrench has a good one. Why do airline captains wear policeman sailor hats? They do that. It's because, the whole thing about the pilot uniform for the airlines, it started off as, a lot of them were kind of former military when they first started getting into airlines and stuff like that. But, it's one of those things that it's actually kind of a safety factor too, that people respond to, like people in uniform. Like if there's a security guard directing traffic, well, he's a security guard. I won't contest him. He knows what he's doing. He's getting paid. He's directing traffic. So, in the event of an emergency, if somebody's wearing, dressed authoritatively, then, there's saying to evacuate the plane. I'll be like, ooh, this guy in a uniform says evacuate the plane. Of course, when a cop tells you to do something, he's got a gun, so you're going to do whatever he says, anyways. But yeah, so the sailor hat, yep, it's just a, I don't know, kind of a dressy thing, and it kind of nowadays they'll say it's a safety reason to have authority and to evacuate the plane if necessary, or whatever might have to happen there. And although they don't necessarily look like sailor hats. I remember this one dude. He was kind of a, what was his name? He was showing me he worked for an airline called Jazz that's related to Air Canada, and he showed up at where I used to work. He learned how to fly there, and he said, "Yeah, man, here's a picture of me with my stupid new hat that Jazz gave me," and it's like it all sticks up. And this guy was, I think, was he Russian? No, he was Serbian, I think. And he says, Look at this. I look like some kind of Russian soldier, some Soviet Union soldier. Do, 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 do. And I was looking at him like, oh, man. So, anyways, it was kind of like the shape of his head and everything made him look like some Soviet Union guy. So he didn't like his hat, but that's what they pay you for. So there we go. And what's this here? Did Bird play guitar? A Kansas City guy. I don't know. Let's see if we got any other questions. Oh, Al's in here too. You could do increases turbulence injuries as a topic. You know what? That was another thing too. Thanks, Al. The one of the reasons I kind of wanted to have this, why I brought you all to this meeting here today, was because I kind of wanted to know if there's anything that you guys would like to hear in the future. So I'm going to be taking notes here. So we say turbulence injuries. Yeah, that's a thing. Turbulence injuries. Yeah, once you get up in the jet stream and stuff like that, where all the big jets fly, there can be some very strong winds up there, and so the jet stream it's kind of like this little band. You'll see it is on the weather charts. It's this little band that kind of goes across the. I guess is there a jet stream? There's like a southern jet stream and a northern jet stream. So it'll go across like Canada. Sometimes it'll dip all the way down into Texas, and they get like a little cold snap there in the winter. And yeah, so when you're going from very fast moving, think about it as like a river up in the sky, a river of air going really fast. So if you have this river going really fast and the shore is stationary, the difference in between those, like if you're going fast down the river and you just kind of jumped off onto the shore, you got all that momentum and everything, and you'd tumble around and wipe out, break your ankle or whatever. And so that's where you get your big turbulence in the airliners way up high. So turbulence injuries, yeah. And there's also, different wind shear, as they call it. You'd have, and yeah, there we go. Well, let's do a little wind shear lesson here. So, because there's whenever we're doing weather, it's kind of like there's little bits of the air masses, as they call them. So they kind of, there's little parcels of air that are all over the place in the atmosphere, and they all kind of have the same properties, the same temperature, the same pressure, or the same temperature gradient, or whatever, So this little parcel kind of goes around and then it bumps into another parcel, and you might have fronts and stuff like that. But if you're wondering about where you can get injuries is from wind shear, well, I'll do it really, okay. This is very, very exaggerated. So say you got some type of wind, some air parcel that's up here. Okay, we'll make it like a little, I don't know, like a bubble. Mm, mm. There we go. So you got this bubble of air over here, and it's kind of moving that way. You might have some other type of bubble down here. Here's my other bubble of air, and it could be going the opposite way. There we go, the high-tech drawing here on the superpilotish channel. So if you're flying your airplane in this this little parcel of air up here, and maybe you're descending and you're going down into this parcel of air here, well, so if you're flying your airplane, oh, we got multiple colors here too and everything. I'll make it red so it stands out. Although now we'll make it black because red is usually for emergency. So if you're going to get that wind shear that they're talking about, your airplane's coming down here. Okay. Should I draw a jet? I'm not the best at drawing jets. Well, we'll try it. I'll stretch my talent. Jets have, I don't know, something like that. T-tail. We'll give it a T-tail. All right, there's a wing. There's the jet engine on the bottom, the little nacelle there. So if this guy's going down here in this direction, okay, what happens is, okay, here he's got a tailwind, right? So he's ripping along really fast, and then all of a sudden he hits this big headwind here, and then so he's going to get, initially he's going to get like a whole bunch of extra lift, and then so you'll get a bump up, boom, you get sunk into your seat, and then it comes back down again, and boom, you go off and in between there you're going to be kind of bumping up and down as the plane adjusts. And then once the plane's down here, okay, now the ground speed's a little bit slower because he's got this headwind, but it's nice and smooth. So your turbulence happens on the in the zone here in between the parcels of air. There we go. That's where the turbulence comes from. But as far as the injuries from that, I mean that's some really good clickbait, or it's like I was looking at a lot of these aviation related YouTube channels and stuff. This one guy out there, I forget the name of it, he's got all these subscribers and views and everything like that, and he's only been around for like a year or something like that, but all he does is crashes. So it's the ultimate clickbait. Whoa, all these people died and stuff, and I don't want to be doing that kind of stuff because it's like generally aviation is really safe, and what do you want to scare everybody? But the more sensational things are, the more clicks you get and the more subscribers and all that stuff. That's why we're having such a free-for-all here today, so I can get all those clicks. Like and subscribe. So anyways, and what else we got here? Oh, and yeah, so folks, he's answering, or was he with the Amboy Dukes when he came to, I think he might have been with the Amboy Dukes when he came by the high school. It was before he made it big. Yeah, because I think Ted Nugent was with the Amboy Dukes first, and then he kind of went solo. Yeah, he probably was with them. So, yeah, that's right. Detroit? Question mark. Looks like a question to me. So Iggy Pop, yeah. Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Iggy Pop, it's really amazing how many people have come from Detroit, like phenomenal musicians and everything, whether it's rock or the whole Motown sound. I still got to make it over to the Motown Museum over there. I kind of wanted to go live from there once at some point, but I don't know. It's a little bit of a hassle to go over there, set up and everything, but it's still in the back of my mind. I'd like to do that. But yeah, Iggy Pop, I mean, he's still rocking. Actually, who else? Alice Cooper is from there too. So my neighbor Travis and a couple of my neighbors, they went to go see Alice Cooper. He was playing here in Windsor, and like Alice Cooper's, well, Ted Nugent's 74, Alice Cooper's like 70, right up around there, and apparently it was just like a phenomenal show. So I kind of wish I would have gone to see Alice Cooper too. and apparently the guitar player was playing a Gibson SG all night, just like I have, but mine's an Epiphone. It's a cheap one. Okay. Oh, here we go. An opinion. You got it, Wrench. So Diamond is selling diesel piston planes. I would like to hear my opinion. Okay, yeah. Diamond. What I know about that is that there's a flight school here in town. They have the Diamond Twin Star, which is like a two-engine twin Diamond airplane. I've never actually flown in it, but see now. Where was that? Let me see here. Yeah, so from what I've heard about those is that it's a pretty expensive plane to buy and a pretty expensive plane to maintain. So the diesel piston engines that Diamond's selling, the ones that I'm familiar with, they're kind of high revving, and when they fly by, it almost sounds like there's a car. Like is there a car flying through the sky here? Because it revs a lot higher. And then they have a reduction gearbox there to slow the propeller down. So you have a normal sized propeller, not like a little one. And yeah, it takes diesel, but basically Jet A, jet fuel is the same thing as diesel, just a few extra little ingredients in there. And so because of that reduction gearbox there between the engine and the propeller, I forget how many, it has to get overhauled every 1,000 hours or something like that. And it's a big job. So the plane can be out of commission for quite a while when it's getting serviced, and it's pretty pricey. So, I mean, they're very efficient on gas or fuel. They're I don't know how many gallons per hour they burn. Thinking like 4 gallons an hour per engine, which is fantastic for a twin. So 8 gallons an hour in a twin, and you're going probably 140 knots. That's pretty good, or even faster, 160. They're pretty slippery, but yeah. So it's one of those things in aviation that it's kind of a trade off. And I do know when they first had it delivered, one of the gearboxes failed on it when they came, and the guy just finished his flight, landed on one engine, everything was okay. But then it was out of commission for another 6 months till they got another gearbox in. So I would say it takes a hit where the when Diamond has their diesel piston engines in the airplane. I would say that okay, it's pretty cheap on gas, but that's offset by reliability and like it's one more thing that can go wrong, and the cost of the cost of maintenance to get that done. So you save over here, but you spend over here. And I would probably just spend, if it was me, I'd go with something a little bit more tried and true, reliable for the reliability, and spend a little bit more on gas. I think cost wise, it'd probably be about the same. So that's my personal opinion on that. But I mean, they're super cool planes too, and real easy. Like the avionics in it is like, it's got glass cockpit in there, and like if you want to do a run up in those things, it's just run up, and then it's got like a what's that? FADEC, full authority direct engine control. Yeah, so you just hit this run up button, and it revs up the engine, brings it down, feathers the props, does all this other stuff, and it's like boom, lights on. Okay, you're done your run up. So it's pretty high tech that way. I guess that would be a good trainer for if you're going to be going directly into like flying an Airbus or something like that. Like some sort of airline cadet program, and probably be pretty good for that. Okay, what else we got here? No agenda claims. What's this here? I'll just read it. Okay, no agenda claims increased. Increased injuries are from new fuel saving policies where they descend through turbulence on landing that they used to avoid. No agenda. I'll have to check that out, what that is. Yeah, when that's a that could be, there could be something to that. Um, because airplanes nowadays, like what they used to do, I don't know, back in like 70s, 80s, from the jet pilots I talked to, or like the airline guys. What they used to do back then was, okay, I'm flying to Europe. Throw in an extra, throw in an extra 500 pounds of gas or whatever. Throw in another 1,000 pounds of gas or fuel. And they go, yeah, okay, they fill it up. But the thing is, the more weight that you carry through the sky, the more fuel you actually burn. So for these airplanes, these airliners to be efficient, they don't carry as much reserve fuel as they used to. It's still pretty safe, pretty, and like they will carry enough to get you to your destination, not land and go up, hold for a bit, and then come back down, try it again. Like they'll, um, depending on the airline, there could be different numbers that they pull out of their standard operating procedures. But yeah, it generally is pretty safe. And the pilots, they don't want to they want to make sure they get on the ground too. So they're making sure that they got enough fuel, that's for sure. And yeah, so I don't know. But things happen. So I mean, they always having lots and lots and lots of fuel is great. For like when I fly my little plane, you always got to carry like pretty much the maximum fuel you're allowed to. There's nothing wrong with having too much fuel in a little airplane because you never know what's going to happen. But on big jets and stuff, they kind of watching the bottom line a little bit more. So if they want to save a little cash from not carrying around an extra ton of gas with them, that comes at a little bit of a trade-off, we'll say. Okay. Oh, here we go. So Wrench is talking about get a flight in a Pipistrel electric trainer and tell us about it. It could be the future of training planes. Yeah, I've seen those little Pipistrels. What are they? Polish, I think. I've heard about them. They're pretty. I don't know. I haven't. I can't be an expert on that one, Wrench, and I haven't seen any of them around. Otherwise, I'd love to go for a flight in one. But hey, there we go. So I'm still managing to have a free for all here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and then talking about this here too, Continental did diesel in 2005. People have done Mercedes. People keep trying diesel. Yeah, it's just for me, it's if you got like just a regular Continental or Lycoming or Pratt and Whitney or whatever, the design of that stuff's been around for like 100 years, but it's they've worked out all the bugs by then. I remember Mooney, they tried making I don't think it was diesel. It was Mooney had a Porsche engine in their planes at one point, and then they like kind of they had reliability issues. So it's like, oh no, let's put the Lycoming back in. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so anyways. Well, injuries are supposedly up nearly 100%. They're blaming climate change. Haha. No. There's no climate change going on in aviation. Except for the chemtrails, man. But well, the chemtrails, the contrails, yeah, they actually, I think I did an episode on that a while back, but oh yeah, there definitely are more clouds in the sky being seeded by that stuff. Definitely. How much of an impact does it have on the world and controlling our minds? Don't know. But yeah, definitely. There's the types of engines they use now are different than they used to be. They're actually a lot you don't in the old days you'd see a 727 take off, or some of these old military planes. F4s are really big for it. They take off at the air show, just black sky, B-52s and stuff, just pumping out the black. You don't really see that anymore. It's a lot more efficient. They don't want to stick they don't want to stick all that pollution out the pipe. They want to keep it burning nice and cleanly in their combustion chamber and use that energy, not stick it out the back pipe. So it's kind of making money and polluting less. So there we go. That's right. There you go, Al. P Trails, you got it. You must have been watching my show the other day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So I got some turbulence injuries to kind of look into. That's cool. And what do we got? Long enough show today. And yeah. So today is Friday, pizza day. Excellent. And yeah, we'll just kind of wrap it up. I'm glad I actually did this show today, even though I had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. I didn't know what I would talk about until you guys helped me out. So thanks. And Dustin's laughing over here. I always like it when people laugh. That's why I do this kind of thing. Why not? I just talk to a camera in my basement, mess around. So anyways, okay, cool. Yeah, today's Friday, pizza day, and then so I'll be back on Monday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern, and on Monday I'll have a topic, I promise. And you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Bye.